Hey guys, it's here Red here, and this time we are in Halluf. Halluf is not the map that I like too much. I don't find it too comfortable and it's pretty difficult to give stable results in it. But of course I always try to do my best and I will try to share my vision of this map with you in terms of light tanks and scouting. The problem of this map is in its unpredictability. You can't foresee who will go where, you can't know where mediums will go or how they will split, you can't know where enemy lights will go, and that's the reason why here is no some success path or certain route which you can roughly follow and be always more or less successful in scouting. The light gameplay in this map is built on improvisation, and that's what makes it tricky. There are several paths that you can follow depending on what enemies are in the enemy team and where they are located or most likely to be. And so it happened that there is only one light tank per team, which is just great. Nobody will be yelling around and spotting you all the time wherever you are. And I immediately ran to my most favorite place to start all the fun from. What I like about this point behind the two rocks is that it gives protection, but at the same time you can carefully spot pretty good part of the map, some crossings on the other side of the valley, some crossings near the heavy flank, some lights going down to either of the hills on the bottom of this map. And by the way, there are similar rocks from the other base that I use in a similar way, as you can see in my T100 LT review. I'll leave a link to it in the description and also at the end of this video, so you can watch it after you watch this video. The main point in the first part of the battle is to collect as much information about the enemy team as you can, to find or at least roughly estimate the location of enemy lights, to see how many mediums went to the heavy flank and how many went to the water, where enemy tank destroyers are more likely to be. It allows you to define the appropriate tactics for this particular battle, and you can define the degree of freedom you have, how aggressive you can be and where you will go next. I don't like going to the water in the beginning of the battle because you never know who you meet there, and I don't feel like losing HP in the very beginning. Plus, from the northern base, the big bottom hill is a lot simpler to use for scouting than from the southern base. The bottom hill is closer to the southern base, which means that lights from north can use it to spot any TDs or mediums standing up there, whereas from the southern base it's a bit difficult to reach TDs or mediums from the bottom hill. Sometimes you need to get more exposed to reach further with your view range and spot someone, and that is an extra risk, and lights from the northern base don't have such a problem. I'm not even mentioning that northern base has a clear advantage near the water itself, since they can push to the very slope of the southern base, and they're pretty safe there, whereas from the southern base you can only rush to the safe spot near water at the enemy side of the valley, and you'll be stuck there and you'll be hit by TDs upon leaving that safe spot. If I play in attacking platoon, say assault mediums, then yes, I will rush the middle hill with the platoon, because if you win it, you'll get a huge advantage. For solo scouting, I prefer to act more carefully. I think I should also mention this smaller hill and why I totally hate it. Of course, I can't deny that you can give quite some spotting from it, but I find it too uncomfortable and dangerous because the enemy light can go to this hill too, and you'll be having fun with the enemy light who won't let you do anything, and it will be even hard for you to leave because it can spot you while you fall back. In addition, some medium tank can jump into the trough at the heavy flank, say some Skoda, and you'll be in big trouble. That happened a few times to me. You are either blocked there or you are even killed there. And this kind of thing can happen from either side, so I don't find it stable enough to play based on my experience. You know, I prefer the outcome of my actions to depend on me, not on my enemy, so I choose a bit more stable way and I use these two rocks which I started from at first, and then I can already see if I can proceed somewhere safely and continue with my scouting or maybe even damaging. If the team secures the middle, it's a very serious advantage, and there are a lot of options what to do next. The light can try to attack the remaining tank destroyers at the enemy base. It's not very safe, it's not very simple, so you should have some plan and be ready to fall back if anything goes wrong. Or you can get to the back of the enemy heavy tanks, which often fight pretty long. At least the battle for the middle of the map is usually quicker, not counting tank destroyers on either side of the valley. But once the bottom is secured, you don't have to attack tank destroyers. Enemy tank destroyers won't get any spotting from anyone, so they can stand there forever. Without enemy lights or mediums near the water, the enemy TDs are blind and useless. They can't see anyone, and they are no threat to your team, which means that you don't really need to do something about it right now. If you want to contribute to the victory, you should focus on those who actually kill your allies, and those are heavies and mediums in the heavy flank. Please be very careful there, not to be hit in the back by tank destroyers or someone else, and also try not to make some enemy Skoda rush you. You know, you get back to the back of Skoda, you make a shot or two at it, it just turns around, rushes you and gives you full magazine. Just know your limits and always assess possible threats and risks. Maybe in this particular situation it's better to attack tank destroyers. Maybe it makes more sense this time. So basically you can already see where the tricky part of this map is. There is a lot of decision making on the way. And this time the heavies didn't really need any support, plus I was pretty useful down there and I kept growing my assisted damage, growing the advantage of the team. I have to admit that in this battle everything I did worked out as good as it only could. The enemies were spotted in all possible places, and what's even better, they were all hit. But I never claimed that you can get 6k spotting damage in this map regularly, mostly you won't. But I hope that this video will help you to get more stable results, to be consistently useful whenever you play this map in a light tank. So this was helpful for you. You can give this video a like so that more people see it in recommended and in search results. And also share this video with your friends, clanmates, or whoever might find this video useful. Thank you for watching, guys, and see you in the next videos.